Welcome class back to Chapter 6 Dictionaries. In this second lecture video, we are going to cover the one objective of looping through a dictionary. So we can loop through all of a dictionary's key value pairs. We can loop through just through the keys, and we can loop through just values. So first we'll look at key value pairs. So to work through key value pairs, we use a method called items. So in our for statement we say for key value in dictionary name dot items, and then we can access these two variables that we have in our for statement in our print statements. So again, items returns a list of key value pairs. So we're going to return back to favorite languages, and we are going to modify it to look like page 101, okay, or actually page 100. Right, so for name, okay, language, because we're referring to functionally what these values or what the keys and the values are in our dictionary. In favorite languages.dictionary items. Okay, and then we are going to do our print statement. So I'm going to actually go ahead and remove this line. Okay, print. Okay, no longer are we going to hard code their name in there. We're going to use name.title. Okay, favorite language is. Okay, and all we're going to do on here is add in title. Okay, so now as we loop through, okay, we get Jen. Oh, looks like I need to put a little bit more punctuation in here. So this needs to see comma S. So Jen's favorite language is Python. Sarah's favorite language is C, and then we run through Edward and we run through Phil. So again, this is looping through both their key and their value using the items method. Next, we'll look at how we can just look at just the keys. Okay, so our for statement would change so that we're only going through one. So for name in favorite languages dot keys instead of items. So we're going to go ahead and update this. And to do that, I'm actually just going to comment out this line. I'm going to put a code comment above here, and I'm going to say key value pairs, okay, so that I have kind of a resource to come back to. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy these two, actually copy all of them. Okay, and I'm going to just say keys here, and we'll do for name in favorite languages, keys, okay, and then of course we're going to have to update our print statement, and I want to make sure that I have this tabbed in correctly. Okay, so this case we're doing name.title. And I'm going to leave the F string in there. Okay, so we run this one. We now get Jen. And of course we could remove the period here as well. We could put something in here where the print statement, something like here is a list of persons in our dictionary, something like that, you know, to give it a nice little label. And if we wanted to, we could go ahead and put a tab in front of there, and I'll go ahead and run this. Okay, oh, let's actually see, I wasn't thinking there. So for statement will come outside of that and put this print statement. Oh, doesn't look like I copied it. Oh, there we go ahead and run it. Here is a list of persons in our dictionary. We get Jen, Sarah, Edward, and Phil. Okay, and again, remember tabs just look really large in our editors in the terminal side of things. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and look at how we can sort our keys. Okay, so maybe we want to sort them in an alphabetical order. So to do that, we come back to our sorted function that we talked about in a previous chapter. So we're going to just wrap sorted around our favorite languages, dictionary, and keys. And we'll run. Okay, and now we have them in an alphabetical order. Next, we'll look at how we can go through just the values, so using the value method. So print the following languages have been mentioned for language now, okay, so just getting the value in favorite languages dot values. So let's go ahead and add this to our favorite languages code. So again, I'm going to go ahead and do the commenting out. Okay, and we'll see just values here. And I'll go ahead and comment these lines. So for language, we'll take out sorted for now. Values. Okay, and we'll say language dot title. So the following languages have been mentioned is what they have here. And we run it. Oh, I mistyped language there. Okay, following languages have been mentioned. So now you can see that we have some duplicate values. So the next thing we're going to work with is how can we work with values and make them unique. So the set method allows us to do that. Okay, so we're going to wrap set around favorite languages dot values. Okay, and now we have Ruby, C, and Python. Okay, and we could also do this with sorted. So what if we wanted them in alphabetical order? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do it right here, and because I can't remember off the top of my head if I can do it this way. Okay, and I can. Okay, so when you're working with sorted, okay, you want to make sure that if you're working with set as well, that you put sorted on the outside. So don't flip these two around. So now they are in alphabetical order. Next, we'll look at our lab for this section, and it is 6-4 Glossary 2. So in our first video, I assigned 6-3, which was glossary, and you were to come up with 5 terms, okay, keys and values with Python terms. And now we're going to actually add 5 more terms to 6-4. So you're going to take 6-3, save it as 6-4, and then you're going to go ahead and modify it in 2 ways. Okay, so 2 ways. So first, when we add the terms, okay, when we add the terms, the keys and the values to our existing glossary, we are not going to do it by typing in the actual dictionary itself. Okay, so I'm going to throw up a note here. When adding the 5 additional terms and definitions for 6-4, do not add them directly to the dictionary. Instead, add them by adding new key value pairs. Okay, so new key value pairs were demonstrated on page, I hate to give page numbers out because I got 2nd and 3rd edition going here. So there's a demonstration on page 94. There's also adding new key value pairs on 93 in the 3rd edition. So look around those pages to find out how you could add new key value pairs. Okay, we did it with X position and Y position when we were working with that alien file. That's one way. Okay, but the better, more effective way is to use Python's dictionary update method. All you have to do is Google Python's dictionary update and you will get a list of resources to look at. Okay, and I want you to click on the one that says W3C schools. Okay, they're a great resource to learn from, and click on that and you will see an example of how you then can apply this update method to your glossary dictionary and add those 5 terms in. Okay, now either way, either method that you want to incorporate, I will accept. Okay, now the second portion of this is that we're going to remove those individual print statements that we had for 6-3. Okay, so no longer are we going to say print and then we have the key and the value. Okay, we're going to use items because that's what we learned about in chapter 6. So you're going to use your items method with the for loop to go ahead and run through, and then you will only have one single print statement. Okay, questions on this lab or anything that was discussed in this portion of chapter 6, please let me know. Thank you.